Hey guys, welcome to the Data Science Dialogue 4th edition. So as we know that we already completed the 3 editions of Data Science Dialogue. Already given the links in the video description, you can watch it out. In this Data Science Dialogue, I'm going to discuss about very important concept called different machine learning model file formats. Okay, so once you build the model, what are the ways, what are the different formats we can create model files? We are going to discuss in this video. So first thing is, let's talk about the machine learning lifecycle in general. So basically we gather the data, and after that we do the data pre-processing step like cleaning and transformation and feature selection. So many things we do. After that, once we done with this, data will be prepared for the applying the machine learning algorithm. That's where we use the ML models, and after that we train the model. Once we train the model, if the model is giving the right prediction and the prediction rate is much good, then we'll go for the saving the model in the different formats. So this is the where like I'm going to invest some time in this video, going to give an idea like, okay, what are the ways we can save the model, what are the different formats of the machine learning model formats are there. So we are going to look into it now. There are various model formats are there. Example, you can see here protocol buffer, ML files, HDF and JSON and Apple ML models and predictive model markup language, ONNX. So there are a lot of models are there. We can create different formats of model files. You can see that PyTorch, PT, PTH, PWF and the pickle file, joblib. So basically we do the serialization, so converting the native Python objects into the serialized objects. This slide is very important. You can see that there is a different companies and different machine learning products, or you can see machine learning frameworks. And you see that for example, if you're using the TensorFlow, we use the protocol buffers, and I've given you the model save file format is .pb, and the file format tool is a protocol buffer, and abbreviation is like protocol buffer only. But if you are using the PyTorch models, if you're building the PyTorch based models, generally we convert them into the .pt, .ptf, .pwf. These are the different model formats, and we use the PyTorch and torch script basically. Okay, these torch scripts we can use to create this file formats and everything. And also like for example, you build the model in the TensorFlow and PyTorch. If you want to use that models into the Apple machine learning models, then we need to use the core ML tools. So this is the core ML tools is going to help you to convert this TensorFlow PyTorch models into the .ml models. Okay, because Apple products understands these .ml models only. So coming to the MIIT is built the Keras. If you're using the Keras, and we use generally like H5. H5 is actually the family under the HDF. HDF is the hierarchical data format. Generally we use it. So similar case, the most of the times people use sklearn. Okay, and if you are using the sklearn, generally we use the .pickle, and which is the pickle Python model. We can use that to convert your model into the pickle format. Okay, basically you are creating the model, saving the model into the pickle. For example, if you're using the Spark ML, we can use the .zip, and we use the ML leap. And major products, generally we use the ONNX, which is the Open Neural Network Exchange. This is also another type of file format we can use. An example, if you're using the ML flow, and we can convert that ML flow files like model files into the .ml file. So this is also one of the most popular file format tool which we can use it in the creating the model files in the machine learning, right? So coming to the point, there is a few important points we need to look into here. The older format for the model file is XML using the predictive model markup language. It is still using some of the frameworks like sklearn and everything. That the predictive model markup language shortcut, the name is .pmml, which is the actually a file extension name. This is a old format, but nowadays using in the sklearn as well, right? So that is about the predictive model markup language. And also like before handovering the data to the machine learning model, various the file formats we have it. If when you are doing the feature engineering, there is a different formats here I listed, and a model training file formats also there here, right? So HDF5, NumPy, CSV, TF record. This is like during the training and feature engineering. These are the different file formats is there. I have taken this content from this Jim Dolling. He is already explained this one of the article. I already given this link into the video description. You can check out. And coming to the point, same person is explained the model serving file serialization formats. These are the different formats and these are the file extensions, and basically file type is almost all of the binary except the PMML, and schema and quantization, compression, and mostly what kind of frameworks we use for the different cases. So this table is going to explain you that. For example, if you're using a TensorFlow, mostly we go for the protobuffer, and if you're going for the scikit-learn, mostly we go for the .pickle, right? So pickle file. If you go from the going for the PySpark, and we use generally when it's the combination of MLlib, then we can go for the .zip. So these are the various combinations when you use. Generally, most of the times when you use the PyTorch, we go for the .pt, and torch script is there. This is a very important table to understand in better way when you are building the different models, where basically we save into the different formats. So that is going to be helpful a lot when you want to build the models. So coming to the point here, and there is a for example, if you're using the Spark ML for your machine learning framework, and this is a file formats, input file formats, generally we consider CSV, Parquet, or ORC, JSON. There are like Petastorm. These are the different file formats, data sources. It's basically like HDF. Like basically this deals with the big data. Spark is deals with the big data, and model serving file is in the MLlib, that is in the .zip. Even when you use the PyTorch is also like training the file formats in the .csv and .npy. Petastorm data sources is like log systems again, and model serving file formats is the .pt. So when you use the PyTorch is the .pt, when you use the Spark ML there is a .zip. Generally we use it, right? So when you look into the sklearn, there is a different file formats. Example, you can say .npy. Data sources is a local file system, and most of the times we use the model file format is a .pkl. When it comes to the TensorFlow and Keras, so file formats, so for the data we use the CSV, NPY, TF records, Petastorm and all. Data sources is like local file system, HDFS, S3, and mostly we use the model serving file format is the .pb, right? So that is the for the TensorFlow and Keras. So let's look into this, some of the interesting the model related Upshell website or Upshell sources. We'll get more idea about it. Model persistence page. Here you can see that train the model, then use the pickle to create model file. So pickle is one approach. If not, you can also use the joblib approach. Okay, this joblib is, now you can see, read this sentence, you'll get an idea. In the specific cases of scikit-learn, it may be better to use the joblib replacement of the pickle, which is more efficient on objects that carry the large numpy arrays internally, as it is often the case for the fitted sklearn estimators. So the better to always use the joblib, and when you have the large number of numpy arrays, that is what the statement is. So either we can go for the pickle or joblib, and the only difference is here it is a dumps, loads are the functions. Here dump and load singular name only, and there is other Spark related saving the files, like how to save the Spark related ML models, and HDF5. This is another file format to save the any other formats. For example, you see that TensorFlow, there is a HDF5, and this HDF5 we can generally store the file, or like PB format. There is a different formats you can store, and generally like PB or HDF5. So HDF5, that's what I am showing into that. And also like ONNX is the open format built to the represent machine learning models. ONNX is basically defines a common set of operators, mainly used for the variety of models when you are building on the different frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch. That is one point I can say. And let me show you the another one, protocol buffers, which is the PB format. Generally we use it for the TensorFlow projects and all. This is actually done by the Google itself. Google only created this format of the file. And if you are using the PyTorch, basically we use a torch.save and the file will be created in the format of the PT. See, this is like we need to understand which kind of algorithm you use and which kind of file you are creating. So when you are going to train the model, we need to understand which type of format is required for the trained models, and those models we can give it to the the production deployment process and all, right? This is how there is a different file formats are there. That's what we have seen. Hopefully you got some idea about these formats, and we'll come up with the different practical implementation in the future sessions. We'll understand much more better. We'll get an idea. Let me know your whatever questions you have it in the comment box. I will try to answer them, and I'll come up with the more concepts on the data science dialogue sessions. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll come up with the new content. Thank you.